My name is Pete. This is my channel, 1822 MC Adventures and More. Welcome back. Today, I'm out here at the Catfish Lake waterfowl impoundment area, and I'm going to try out my brand new Hungarian mess kit, and I'm going to share a couple little tips for you too. First and foremost, about the stove. If you follow this channel, you know that a while back I came up with the brilliant idea of using a piece of plaster lath to put on top of my little SBOT stove so I can put whatever size cup or pot on there I want. But the problem was it had some sharp edges. Well, the other day I'm servicing my aquarium, and then I came up with the bright idea that a little bit of aquarium air pump hose split down the middle will go on the edges of this and protect the cover that it's sitting inside. So I thought that was a pretty good hack, and I wanted to share it with you. And so I'll put it back in the bag. And another thing, the other day I was contemplating maybe buying an alcohol stove with a simmer top on it. And then I thought, well, why would I want to do that? So I'm going to try this today. I've got my normal homemade penny can stove, but I've took the bottom of a can and I've cut some areas out. So I'm thinking when I get my water boiling, I should be able to throw that on top. The stove will stay lit, and in theory it's going to act like a simmer ring on a store-bought alcohol stove. We'll see. And today I have a Hungarian Army mess kit, brand new, never been issued, and basically it's a pot, and I don't remember how much it holds, and you got your little serving dish or frying pan. And what I have in here today is a bunch of coffee creamers. I've got a can of peaches. I have my K-bar spork fork. And today I got some Spanish rice, and I have some leftover smoked turkey. And I had that in the bottom of the can. A while back we had some fudge delivered to the house, and it came with these little dinky freezer packs, and they actually fit in there pretty good. So what I did was I put a freezer pack in there, I put my turkey in there, and then I put the rest of the stuff on top of that. So you know, for a couple hours I guess it'll keep it cold. I thought it was a good idea. We'll see, right? It won't work in the summertime, but I think this time of year it's good for that. So, in theory, what we're going to do today is I'm going to cook up some rice. I'm going to throw some turkey in it, and I'm going to make some coffee. We'll see how this works out today. Water in for the coffee. That should be enough there. Now for the coffee, I am going to be using a SBOT heat tab, and I'm going to lay it on that there cover. What that is that's a piece of pie pan, and I'm in theory using that so I don't burn the woods down. Makes a good base plate, right? Simply set that right there like that. Put that in there like that. We'll set that right there like that, and we'll let that sit for a little bit because it's definitely going to take longer to do this than that. Alright, we'll say that's a cup of water. Yeah, Spanish rice. I think it'll be good. And the plan is, I got a little bit of butter in with this turkey, and when I get that going, I'm going to set this on top, put the turkey in there. While the water's boiling, the turkey's going to get warm, and then I'll throw it in when the rice is about done. In theory, I'm going to be throwing hot turkey into the rice. We'll see how that works out. Alright, well, we got ignition now. I'll tell you what, that heat feels pretty good too. In theory, what I am going to do here is I am going to put this here turkey in the fry pan. I probably should just put it in there with the rice, but for some strange reason I'm thinking I might burn it. And plus I want to see just how good it works like this. And so now my thought process is on that, what's going to happen is that's going to start to boil. I'll take that lid off once in a while and stir it, and then also the turkey's going to get warm. We'll see what happens. Alright, so now my heat tab should get a roll in here, and let's see here. I will put this on my glove. And use my other glove. See if I can do this without burning myself. First time using this thing. But yeah, I'm thinking a pot like this might come in handy, because normally I carry my cast iron skillet with me, canteen cup and stove, and now with this I'll have a way that I can boil water, and I'll still have a small fry pan or whatever, and I can put, as I figure it out, I can see I can put a lot of food in this thing. I don't know how much food I can store in there, but if I'm choosy about what I bring with me, I could probably put a whole day's worth of supplies in there, I'm sure. Just take a little figuring out. But it's supposed to be a Hungarian mess kit. It's brand new. All I had to do was clean it. It was brand new, but I had to take like the newness off of it. So I got in there with a Brillo pad and shined it up real good, because it had a little bit of a roughness in there. And for those of you that are worried about aluminum, don't worry about it. I could be wrong, but my research has proven to me that, well, first off, it's proven to me you should probably have your fucking heat tabs going if you're going to be cooking. It's my understanding that when aluminum is bad for you, is like you clean it and you scrub it real good, and until it I don't know if oxidizes is the right word, but it'll catch a film on it. So if I'm saying this right, it's like if you clean an aluminum pot and then you put it immediately back on a stove, the raw aluminum is not good for you. But if you let it sit there for a half an hour and then work some science magic, I guess supposedly it gets some kind of skin on it, and then it's not that big of a deal. I look at it like this. I'm 60 years old. I'm really not worried about aluminum cookware. Trust me on that. Well, it certainly smells good. And hopefully this will get hot, because that way I'm looking at it like double duty. So you can boil something on the bottom and probably warm something up. Not so much meat, but I'm thinking if you're cooking something here, you could put a second set of vegetables on top there, and you'd be cooking down there and warming something up here. So has potential. And then of course, first chance I get, I'm going to have to fry some bacon up in that to see how that works, right? So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know I certainly did. And I did what we normally do. My wife would cook a turkey in the oven. And then I usually smoke a breast in the smoker, but this year I smoked the breast, and then I also took a small turkey and we cut him in half. And so I had all 3 racks in my smoker full. I'm surprised that actually looks like the butter is melting. That's a good thing. I like that. So yeah, Thanksgiving for us was wonderful. Had a house full. Fuck you, Commandant Cooper. And I was very happy to see my neighbors across the road. Their driveway was full and they had cars parked in the road. That was awesome. And my other neighbors, who have a very big family, they were nowhere to be found. So I'm assuming they went somewhere to visit family, but I'm sure wherever they were, there was a whole herd too. So good on that. Yeah, people. All this fucking nonsense, just gotta say no. Just fucking say no. It's nonsense. Do a little research on your own. Come up with your own numbers. I'm not going to sit here and babble on, because the powers that be don't like it when you do that. But do your own research on the sweet and sour sniffles, and see what you come up with. It sure ain't what cable news tells you, that's for sure. That is, that's really boiling good. I like that. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in there. My thoughts so far, this is looking pretty good. And I paid just under $18. It was 17 something. All right, now for the fun part. Let's see if we can't try out that simmer ring and see if that actually will work. All right, now in theory, I just cut my heat in half. We'll see how that works, right? Oh yeah, for later. Homemade molasses cookies. Good stuff. Yeah, one thing for sure, I'm definitely digging on using a pack instead of an H harness. So I do believe what I'm going to do from now on is, maybe if I'm out for a day hike, I might use one of my H harness setups. But I believe I'm going to make a couple variations of Minuteman bags. I believe they might be more valuable to me than a hiking bag, to have something that I got hanging up in a secure room that I can grab at a minute's notice when I get a phone call from a friend, and I'm gonna go do whatever needs to be done. You know, as the old saying goes, hey man, we're putting the band back together and we got a gig. Something like that anyways. Smoked turkey and Spanish rice, yeah, I believe that's got some potential right there. And I quite possibly have run out of alcohol. Which is why we bring spare heat tabs. No chance of me fucking with that till it cools off, so we're gonna have to finish this up with a stinky old heat tab. Well, you always want a backup plan, right? As in, I have some damp stick matches they're not wanting to light today, so we bring out the trusty Bic, right? All right. I'm bound and determined to keep my fingers burnt. All right, so we'll let that cook off, and that'll be about right. Pick up my trash while we're waiting on that. Yeah, I was gonna go down to Dixon Field and do this, but I was down there the other day, and I tell you what, man, it was so fucking trashed. I just said there's no damn way. I have a feeling that what I'm going to start doing is start going other places. It just seems to be just getting just too damn trashed out down there. Too damn many people going down there acting like they're in their backyard. You're not. You're in the national forest. Act accordingly, please. Yeah, I went down there the other day, and about the only thing that I didn't see out there, and that would have been probably the icing on the cake, was a fucking truck sitting up on fucking blocks. I mean, last time I went down there, there was a buttload of garbage, and as always, there's always garbage down there. Then some knothead took an old broken gas grill and took it down there, and I guess he's donating it to the cause. Like, people are gonna use it. And it had some soggy ass fucking charcoal in it. I don't see how it would burn. I mean, it's a gas grill. He took the guts out and threw some charcoal in there, and then they left it down there like everyone's gonna use it, like it's a community grill. Sorry guys, that's not how it works. What you did is you left a fucking mess down there that someone eventually is gonna have to fucking pick up. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, I think we're going to have a winner there, guys. Yeah, it got down to about 30 last night. It only got up to maybe 50 today. The temperature's dropping fast. I got out here late. I actually was wanting to go to another place and go fishing, but due to all the rain, the place was flooded out and I couldn't go there. So I was like, well, let's go out to Catfish Lake. I haven't been out there in a long time. And it was kind of windy at the lake, so I thought, well, I'll go to the duck impound. I know I can get behind the trees out here and it will not be windy. The only thing I'm going to have to worry about is if a boo-boo bear walks up on me, because out in this part of the Croatan, there's a lot of bears. Lots of bears. Biggest bear I've ever seen in North Carolina, with the exception of one that has been hit by a car, I saw out here. And I'm very willing to bet that that thing was every bit of 600 pounds, probably more. He was a big bear. Big enough that I was glad he was scared of me and took off fucking running. That is the one nice thing about bears down here. I guess it's because they get hunted so hard that they are definitely scared of people. So I guess unless you walk up on one that has cubs, or you find a teenager whose testosterone might be raging a little bit, they're pretty much going to run from you. And that's a good thing. Yeah, it's my understanding you do some dispersed camping up there in the National Forest in the mountains, and the bears up there have no fucks to give, because people have been so careless with them up there that they've become accustomed, and they know that people means food, and that's really sad. All right, so here we go. I got leftover smoked turkey and some Spanish rice. I'm sure the camera will not pick that up, but trust me, it looks good and it smells really good. So I'm going to actually put it on the ground, which normally would be a no-no because the ground is cold, but I wanted to cool it off right quick. Move this up out of the way. Put this back in a bag while I'm waiting. So I think this will work, but I think what I need to do is I need to make a couple new stoves. I think these are played out. And I do have a camping trip coming up in the extreme near future. And maybe what I'll do, that'll be one of the things that I do while I'm camping, because I'm pretty sure I don't want to go fishing. I'm looking at maybe going out into a deep part of the woods like this and go camping without a fishing pole. Just go camping and enjoy myself. I'll just set it over there, help keep it warm. Oh boy, I'm getting too old to sit on the fucking ground like this, I swear. So, here we go. Smoked turkey and Spanish rice. Oh yeah, awesome. Now I think I'll just kind of turn around and stare off into the duck impound while I eat this. Yep. Spanish rice with smoked turkey cooked in a Hungarian mess kit. Very good. Very good. Alright, so I'm just about packed up and ready to go. I'm going to finish up my coffee, and I'm going to be eating some of my wife's homemade molasses cookies. Some of the best cookies you'll ever eat. Swear to God. turn back around. I'm gonna enjoy what we have left of the daylight, and then I'm gonna slide on out of here. Yeah, it's like 50 degrees out and the temperature's dropping, but it is beautiful out here, ain't it? Hot coffee, homemade cookies, and a fat belly. I'm happy. All right, well, before it gets any colder, I'm gonna roll the tarp up and I'm gonna head back to the bike, put my leather jacket on. I'm gonna ride on out of here. Follow me. I know a shortcut.